We've been busy building a sustainable, autonomous future by putting data to work. I'm going to venture a guess that everybody here in the room has benefited or been affected by Hexagon technology at some point. Why do I say that? Well, over 50% of the chemicals and oil and gas markets have Hexagon solutions deployed in some form or fashion. Over 95% of automobiles now have Hexagon technology deployed in manufacturing. If you look at aircraft, that number's 90%, 90 or niner. And if you look at cell phones, 75%. Over a billion people are kept safe and secure by Hexagon technology. So we span a pretty big range. At a glance, our focus is autonomy, and our commitment is innovation. We can't progress autonomy without innovation. One in five employees at Hexagon is focused on research and development, so about 20% of our workforce. We have over 3,700 patents, active patents, and we're deployed in around 50 countries. We do business in about 50 countries. We've been very, very stable. We've grown from, in 2000, 500 million. In 2020, we were at 3.8 billion euros. So just substantial growth, a lot of organic growth, but a lot of acquisition growth as well. And we continue to grow aggressively in pursuit of our dream of the autonomous future. One of the common things across all of Hexagon, across all of our divisions, that is different is the way we look at digital reality solutions. In the middle, we have what we call the feedback loop, and we have core technology competencies that help us drive this synchronized feedback loop between the digital world and the real world. So reality capture, things like doing laser scans and capturing the physical present, getting that synchronized into the digital world, geospatial information, simulation and design work, and location intelligence is often important. And as time goes forward, we foresee this becoming more and more autonomous. In an ideal world, this feedback loop would be 100% autonomous without any human intervention. We're not there yet, but that's the vision. That's where we're driving to. And ultimately, that's where we see the value. Over time, the differences between these two worlds will become less and less perceptible. And you see that in the gaming environments. You see it in the virtual world in general. This is a mega trend in the technology business right now. We see it no different, in the industrial space. So today at ARC, I'm pleased to announce we do have a major announcement. Hopefully you caught it. We are progressing our name from, used to be Hexagon PPM for our division, which was, I think, Process Plant Marine or something. I get it wrong most of the time. We are now using Asset Lifecycle Intelligence. And the reason we're doing that shift is if you look at a lot of the recent acquisitions we've made and a lot of the organic product development we've done, it really bridges the entire asset lifecycle. So what do I mean by that? All the way from inception or pre-feed, as it's often called, all the way through decommissioning. We do a lot of decommissioning work as well. And so if you look at some of our recent acquisitions to serve as an example, we brought in PAS Global for cybersecurity, for assets, for digital assets, Jovix for material tracking, intelligent material tracking, EAM, asset reliability and maintenance, and most recently, Accelerator KMS for safety applications. So if you look at where we've been invested, it's across the entire asset lifecycle. It's the same focus we're going to continue going forward as a business. And actually, what I'd like to do now is let Dave tell you a little bit more about what we do in the Asset Lifecycle Intelligence division of Hexagon.
right, I'll and maintenance technology segment within our portfolio strategy and enablement group at Hexagon ALI. So thank you, Jerry, for that lead into Hexagon ALI. So we're looking to help our customers empower them through their digital transformation journey. And there's really 4 pillars to that journey. It starts with data and unlocking the potential of the tremendous amount of data that our clients have. Don't have to tell you just how large the amount of data has been growing, and it seems like every week someone says how much more exponentially it's growing than the week before. Hexagon as a company, across all of our divisions, has a lot of experience in connecting and contextualizing data to help our clients make better decisions faster. Digital your way. So what this means is we are engaging with our clients on their digital transformation journey, where they are at, to where they want to go. You can think of the digital transformation journey maybe on a scale from 0 to 6, with 0 being still paper-based and manual processes, all the way to near autonomy, level 6. There's only a few companies in the world that really aspire towards more of a level 6. And most companies we're still finding are still somewhere in the 0, 1, 2 stage. So whether that digital transformation journey is to get them to level 3 so they can get the most of their value, or level 4, level 5, that's what we're engaged with them in doing. And then automate your way. So automate your way means to remove risk from your operations, whether that is in helping you make better decisions faster through AI or ML technology, whether it's helping you to visualize the plant from where you're at so that you don't have to travel to the facility. But it also extends to some of the robotics and some of the scanning, autonomous flying scanner technology that we have to help remove the personal risk from difficult environments. And then finally, sustainability. And we hear a lot about environmental sustainability, as well we should, but we're also talking about economic sustainability. In fact, if you can't have both economic and environmental sustainability working together, it's going to be very hard for companies to progress upon their digital transformation journeys. So we do this with what we're calling the smart digital reality. And smart digital reality, it encompasses assets that are considered new assets, digitally planned, designed, and digital construction through to the handover to the client of the asset. Now, oftentimes, not everything is digital, even though there's a digital model and digital twin of the plant. There's a lot of stuff that is not digitized. But also for the existing assets. And the existing assets could be those that were built 50 years ago, or they were just handed over 5 months ago. They're still an existing asset, and they go through their own update process of all the information. So what we're doing is we're bringing in this data, and we're going to be digitizing that and pulling it into the smart digital reality. We're facilitating capture of the manual business processes, the people-based, the human factors-based business processes, bringing those into the smart digital reality. Visualization and analysis of that data. We have a lot of technology in that area from a Hexagon standpoint. And then continuous improvement, that feedback loop that Jerry talked about, but also this is to keep that model evergreen, because if it's not kept evergreen, then the investment that was made during the design and build really just goes out the door, okay? And the reason this is done and where we tie in with the client's need is the 4 main value drivers: safety, quality, productivity, and efficiency. And we believe that everything we do is associated with that, and we believe this aligns well with our clients. Let's dig a little bit further down into that, how we're addressing these 4 key value metrics. And it's the smart digital reality for autonomous industrial facilities. Yes, that's aspirational, because we're moving towards autonomy. Reaching autonomy for a lot of our clients is probably not completely practical, but the closer we get to autonomy, the better that they can operate. And so we look at the world through what we call our digital projects and our digital assets. This is the full asset lifecycle for the facility. Everything we do at Hexagon addresses one or more parts of the digital project and the digital asset. And you can see that we're showing on the left digital projects. This is the plan, design, execute phase. And then on the digital asset, the operate, maintain, and secure phase. So we look at things in this through work process lenses, and you can see the next level down underneath there is a additional level of detail. But this is not the full detail of the work processes. This is a simplified view, okay? In fact, underneath this are scores of work processes from engineering, construction, through operate, maintain, and secure. And so we're engaging the clients on these work processes because the work process is really how we communicate with the customer. That's their language. They don't talk to us, they don't talk about their needs specifically in a smart 3D application or a smart P&ID or any of the other technologies we have. They talk to us about their work process. So that's where we're engaging with them. And the digital project and the digital assets are built on top of what we're calling the digital backbone. This digital backbone facilitates bringing information in from multiple back-end systems of record, because we're never going to be the only technology at the plant, right? Never going to be. We're not going to even try that. But what we can do is we can bring in information from these external systems of record and help facilitate collaboration and cross-functionality with an effort towards enhancing their business process execution. That's really the goal. Okay? Common data environment, obviously for the Hexagon technologies, we are not bringing in and copying over the rich amount of data in the other systems of record, but we are bringing over skeletal data to help facilitate the work process execution. And then we're borrowing the data that we need to help make those decisions. Reality capture. Within Hexagon, our Leica division and our geospatial division have rich capabilities for scanning and location and visualization services. So we're bringing that into the backbone. Digitization, taking 1D and 2D documents and digitizing those so they come into the backbone and then is shared throughout all the applications to facilitate work process. Not just for visibility, but to enhance work process. Visualization, we've talked a little bit about that, and Jerry's talked about it's one of the core tenets of Hexagon. And then analytics, that also then helps the client make those better decisions faster. And then kind of underlying the digital backbone is what we're calling autonomy enablers, most of which is not Hexagon technology, okay? But we do have connected worker technology, which is mobility, right? We have a lot of mobility capabilities within our product suite. We are continuing to work to cross-functional those mobile technologies so as to make it easier for the person out in the field to do their job. Integration middleware, low-code integration middleware to connect to the 30-plus other systems of record that the client has. Because what's the good of putting this system together if you can't get all of the information so as to make it a valuable resource for the client to exercise their work? Cloud and SaaS, that's all about scalability, right? And the capabilities the cloud gives us for multi-project, multi-site, multi-project and multi-site for our clients. Artificial intelligence, we're investing a lot in artificial intelligence to bring this type of information together. IoT and sensors, we can connect down to those sensor level with some of our technology we have with Hexagon. And then robots and drones, we have, the autonomous flying scanner technology, as well as we partner with robot companies. So at the end of the day, with that, in order to realize what's down here on the lower right, which is those high-level values of safety, quality, productivity, and efficiency, really is to continue to enhance what's often referred to as a single pane of glass. And that single pane of glass is it's role-based, role-centric, and we're doing this today. We have clients that are are exercising our systems to do this today. But what we're doing with the smart digital reality is we're going to be engineering out the complexity by bringing the data inputs from the Hexagon and the non-Hexagon systems into the digital backbone for contextualization and for connectivity and smartification, so that no matter where you sit in the organization, which work process you execute, you have access to the rich amount of data, again, to make better decisions faster. And with that, I'll turn it back over to Jerry for a little look ahead.
Thank you, Dave. So I want to use a video just to add some visual context to what we've been talking about. Some of this exists today, some of it's a little bit future, but I think it'll give you a good feel for how all of this comes together in the way we envision autonomous operations in the future. If you think of a typical operating plant, you might have operators in a combination of cameras and things monitoring the facility today, either on an ongoing basis or an ad hoc basis. What we see in the future is more scheduled and event-driven, both a schedule and event-driven, flying scanners, ground-based scanners, doing a lot of work that gets done by humans today. If you take a couple of use cases, one, here we had detected a potential cyber intrusion, so we wanted to go check to make sure there was no physical interruption out in the process. That was checked, it was mitigated, problem solved, moved on. If you think about hazardous gases, in a lot of the facilities we work in, scanning that without having a human involved could have a big advantage. And maintenance and reliability. Here's a case study where, okay, an autonomous scanner has discovered a potential issue. We've got a heat source. Turns out it gets, translated to a bearing failure. Through all the documentation and troubleshooting, determined that, okay, we also have to do some sourcing of parts to effect a cure. And if you think about it in our terms, that would be in our EAM world, from an E&M acquisition. And you may not even have the part. What if you're on an offshore platform? So, in the future, we see things like 3D printing, right? Pull the spec up, print a seal, move on, effect the repair, and you're done. So I know those are just a couple quick flyby case studies, but if you let your imagination go, with the technology that's available today and in the near future, the number of case studies just explodes.